Hello, guys. My name is Janae, and I'm back with another prophetic word, and it is regarding a move. So, a physical move from one location to another. And so, please take this word back to God. If this is not a confirmation for you, and even if it is, you want to take every word back to God to make sure that it's for you and it is a noun word, okay? But for those who this word is for, it's a noun word and it will come as clear confirmation. Probably, who knows, like your 10th confirmation, okay? So, because the way God is presenting this to me is that it is urgent and it is up close, it is coming, okay? So, this word is for those that are or have been moved by God, okay? God has moved you from one location to another. He's moved you from one state to another, right? He's already moved you into what you consider to be your promised land, okay? And now God is saying, you're moving again. It is because he's expanding you, okay? So what God is saying in this word is that the space that you are in, the space that he moved you to, was a very temporary for many of us, a very temporary situation. So you could have been only in your current location for a couple months, a few months. And God is saying your time in this place is up. He's expanding you to something bigger. So, for example, if you have a 1-bedroom apartment and you have children, okay, your spouse is returning to you, God needs to expand you. The 1-bedroom isn't going to work anymore, right? Because now your husband or your wife is returning. So let this serve as confirmation. If God has been, you're not sure, you're like, God, you just moved me. I'm just getting here. I'm just getting settled in. I love it here. God is trying to give you bigger. He's trying to give you more. And so one way that God spoke this to me is through a video. Okay, so he had been telling me this already, but I kept sitting on it, asking for confirmation. And so he drew me to a video which confirmed the same thing. And in the video, I think it's called something like God is calling you to move. And in the video, she mentioned the number 822. And that stood out to me because my initial move to the promised land, right? My initial move, God showed me this number when he was about to move me. So I knew that God was speaking in that. And so right after that video, God was showing me 822 to confirm that this is the case, okay? So for many of you, you may have just moved not too long ago, but God is expanding you into a bigger place. So you might be going from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom, from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom, or even from an apartment to a house, right? You would take that back to God and let him minister to you, okay, as you did for your first move, okay? Trust that it's going to happen. You might feel like, how? I don't have the finances, or how am I going to break a lease that I just got into, Lord? God is saying that he's going to do it, okay? Just as he did the first time. Like for me, I didn't know how God was going to move me initially, okay? I was like, and this is like the biggest thing that I experienced, like the biggest move of God to take me from one state across to way far away from my family. And he did it, okay? So I have that faith and confidence that he's going to do it again, and you should too. Just listen out right now for his instruction on where he wants you to be, where he wants you to go, and how he wants you to go about being released from this lease or apartment to the new place. Okay. What else? Yeah, so we know that God is a God who breaks protocol. So he will get the job done in whichever way he chooses. Another way he did confirm was it was a video. It said something like the last confirmation. God says, make that move. That was literally the title, okay? And God drew me to the length of the video. And I looked up the length of the video because I don't think I was gonna watch the video. So God showed me to confirm that I should watch it, the number 1353. And so I looked up 1353, and it means in Hebrew it means to redemption, to redeem, a gaining possession of something in exchange for payment, or a clearing a debt. Okay, but also it means in the Greek to travel through. It means I journey through, go about. Okay, so also number 939, it means to walk, to go. Another number is 1979. It means to go, to travel. And it also means provision. Okay, so, and I think I've been seeing like 735, which I think means like a way, like God is making a way. So it might look impossible, but you've been through this before. It looked impossible then, and God still did it. So just have faith and partner with him in it, and seek him for the instructions. And yeah, you're moving because your spouse is returning. And wherever you are is where he's coming, right? So wherever state, so if God has moved you from your hometown to a new state, it may seem like it's far off or far away, but God is sending your spouse to you, right? So maybe it was to where you and your spouse, when you guys met and when you guys were in a relationship, it was in the same state where you left, and God moved you miles and miles and miles away, and now he's going to send your spouse to you. Okay, so wherever you guys are, that's where he's coming. He's coming to you. And when he comes to you, where you guys go from there, that's between you and God. And I don't know if it's like, okay, he's going to move you before the spouse comes into the bigger home, or if he's going to have the spouse come to you and then you guys move and the spouse helps you move. But I would, take that back to God and get instructions from him regarding that. And so, yeah, God is saying to prepare, begin to pack. If you recently moved to your promised land, it's possible that since God recently moved you, you don't have all this furniture or a bunch of furniture. So it makes the move easier when the time comes. But still ask God what you should begin to pack up and gather. And yeah, just seek him for the instructions. And so I pray that this was confirmation to you. Let this be your confirmation that it is time to move again, and that God is expanding you because you'll need more space when your spouse arrives. Thanks for listening. I'll be back with another word as God leads me.